What's going on? Come on. All right. Amen. Yeah, there we go. Hey, boy, you know what time it is? Time to go in your house. Casa, come on. I got you. Hey, come on, let's go. Let's go, dude. I got it. Come on. All right. Good boy. Take you to the tree a little later, okay? Maybe cookies, no? Maybe cookies? Yeah, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. Well, holy smokes. Hey, Shiloh.
Hey, how are you?
All right. Paula, good evening.
Good evening.
Kiki, Nick, Dawn, all right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So props. Maybe you want some props. Pillow, block, bolster, blanket, strap. I don't know. They're all useful to some degree. We give this a few minutes for everybody to arrive. It's a good opportunity to just kind of consider any distractions that might be around that you have ability to get rid of for a little bit. You know, notification alarms, smartphones, stuff like that. Speaking of that, I put this on Do Not Disturb. Let's see. Oh, I did. And, you know, there's some things, distractions we can't do much about. And that's all right. It happens, but do the best you can.
What's your work schedule these days? I never know when to call you.
I work on pizzas. I do Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And yoga, that's many, many days. I got Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah. No, just text. Just shoot a text. I heard from Eric Montgomery, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, that was a blast.
Is he doing all right? Is he still got all those kids?
He seems to be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Last time I talked to him, he was raising like 6 kids.
Yeah, he didn't talk about family stuff at all. So I wasn't aware of that.
That was a number of years ago, so who knows?
Jing, welcome.
Hi,
Hi.
it's my second class.
All right.
It was really happy to had your class last time, so but I didn't open my camera last time.
You didn't get to do what? I apologize. What's that?
I didn't turn on my camera last time, but this time I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you know, cameras can be on or off. It helps me if they're on, but
Yeah.
ultimately that's your choice. Nicholas, do you go Nicholas or Nick?
Huh?
I go by Nick usually, so
All right, brother.
I'll go by whatever.
Whatever. That leaves a lot open, man. Okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
Well, I don't know that I've seen you in the practice before. The first time?
It is my first time. I literally just got on this course. You know, I just actually read the philosophy portion. I'm really brand new, so this is gonna be everything new. You know,
Awesome. How exciting for you. That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
stoked.
well, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Ethel, welcome.
Thank you, Steve. Good evening, everyone.
Leave me.
We're at 7. I think there's going to be 2 more arriving, so if y'all just be patient for a couple of minutes. Mentioned earlier, but we've had a few more show up. Yin practice props are pretty handy if you like to use a block or a bolster, a pillow. Yoga straps. I got a towel that if I ever think I'm needing a strap, I use the towel. I got a yoga strap that just gathers dust. I've never used that thing. So weird. But when I first got into doing this stuff, I'd buy all the toys, all the goodies. And, really, all I end up using these days is block, folded pillow, mat. Mat gets a lot of use. You know, maybe a pen and paper. Yin practice, you're probably not going to want to break out in the middle and take notes, but you know, at the end, this is a teacher training class, of course, so you might want to take notes on some things you found that you liked or disliked. Another thing is to journal. If you've been in Yin practice with me, we get meditative deep, and sometimes some crazy shit pops out. You know, you might have something stashed in your hip, and it might say, "Hey, here I am." You know, I want to journal about that afterwards. Just a thought, just some suggestions and ideas. All right. Good. Okay, I'm going to start going through muting you out. Before I do, can everybody hear me okay? Can I see like a hand or foot or flare? All right, good. And while, yeah, I do mute you, you have the ability to unmute yourself, but I mean, really, that's like emergency sort of thing. If you got to boogie out of here early, I never really know how long or short these will go. So you may find yourself needing to leave. You just exit quietly. No need to say, "Hey, bye." It's all right. Just slide on out. Yeah, so how about we get going? It's Tuesday night, y'all. Let's start out just seated, nice and easy. And seated can be whatever you want it to be. You could have legs crossed. I'm pretty fond of Siddhasana. I stack ankles, bring heels toward the groin, knees fall away. You might be pretty fond of lotus, Padmasana, but just seated, some way that you can be grounded. Spine can be erect. Yeah. And, do as you please with your hands. Palms up are generally like receiving. You're bringing something in. Palms down. That's a grounding sort of thing. Kind of bringing you down to Mother Earth. And with breathing, just let it go natural for a little bit. And take a moment to notice what that natural is. It changes. It might only be going through one of your nostrils. Maybe might be short, shallow, could be deep. Whatever natural is, just look, give it a label, and then let it be. Just let it be raw. Don't mess with it. Don't cook it. We're going to cycle right back to the top of our 3 parts of cultivation of joy. We have the 3 yogas involved with that. So tonight we'll dip into Jnana Yoga, Yoga of Wisdom. And we cultivate wisdom through awareness and through observation. All wisdom comes through experience. Everything else is just information. Einstein told us that. So to be observant, aware, allows us to fully experience, get all the juice out of it. Let your eyes close. Just continuing to slide into this. Before we go into that meditation, we'll just use yin asana to prepare us. I will guide you into pose, shape, but it's really generic. We got 9 people in the room, so probably going to be 9 expressions of the same shape, and that is so cool. Something doesn't work for you, modify it or discard it. No rules, y'all, just 2 boundaries. Safety, meaning if it hurts, modify or discard, and calmness. If your breath is distressed, you are not calm. Take a minute and return to breath. Yeah. Let's do some yin. Place your palms on the mat out front of you. Release your legs and just kind of walk them back. And we're going to, believe it or not, start in a downward facing dog. So that means butt is up high, chest and head is down low. You make an upside down V. Good. Take a moment to gently walk it out. We're not going into vinyasa, we're going into yin. So just some smooth walking, pedaling, wiggling. Whatever it is you've been chewing on all day, just put it on notice. You see it. Yeah. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just bring your right shin towards the front of the mat. We go into pigeon pose. So you'll lower your left knee. You'll set right knee by right wrist. Right ankle somewhere by left wrist. And just lay the outer edge of your shin on the mat. You could use the toes of your left foot to start walking your left knee back, just till you feel the top of your left thigh. You just take a minute, little inch by inch, moving things to feel something very, very deep underneath your right butt cheek and something kind of top of your left thigh. You can adjust where your right foot is. If it's down by your left hip, it's a little less intense. You've got it up in your left armpit, you're probably feeling something. It's personal. Find your pose. Once you got that situated, you can come down to forearms. You can put a block under your forehead if you're on forearms. You can come all the way down to your chest if it's appropriate. And then one final little touch here for you to investigate. Begin to press the upper outer left hip towards the mat as you press right sit bone down and away simultaneously. Yeah, what's that about? And now that you found that place right between too much and not enough, that's called edge. We go to the second aspect of this pose. We soften around the edge. Just use some exhales to that thing you're feeling. Just soften it, melt it a little bit. You want to be with that for a while, so just soften it. And then third principle of yin pose is time and stillness. Stillness just means no unnecessary movement, like fidgeting, cleaning toenails, scratching noses. Only movement necessary would be to adjust for sensation. Time is what allows us to access the medicine of yin. Right now, you're stretching muscle, so that's all the stretching. But after about 90 seconds or so, your body experiences a phase shift. You start to move into, it's called extracellular matrix. So that would be ligaments and tendons, your connective tissues. Fascia, the sheaths of your muscles. Sometimes that's referred to as meridian tissues. Coating of your bones. Yeah, we're going to stretch your bones. And believe it or not, cellular walls. There's a couple good reasons for this. The more Western understanding of it is, well, these are the things that kind of hold us together. Let us be in motion and be stable. Keep us from being just a blob of liquid tissue and bones. So stretching brings help to them. From a more Eastern standpoint, is through these tissues where our subtle body flows. Prana, chi, intelligence, spirit, whatever you know it as, that's what it is. It's flowing. So yeah, you actually get opportunity to touch your soul. About the time that phase shift hits, you might start to notice it literally. agitation or boredom. Perfectly natural. What do you do with it? I try to just stare at it personally. Smile and know that my practice is working. Without too much excess movement, just roll part way to your right. Kind of lay into the outer right thigh. Kind of roll your inner left leg towards the mat. We'll just linger here for just a second, not releasing the entire stretch, just getting that last kiss. Yeah, that ought to do it. Come on up, sitting upright. Just swing your left leg right around front. Your right knee will stay bent, please. If we're sitting upright with our left leg out front, take the sole of your right foot to your inner right thigh, or your inner left thigh, pardon me, and let your right knee just fall open. So just a little pelvic wiggle to get sit bones even-ish. As you breathe in, reach arms up, find some length here, lengthen spine out. And then just follow your exhale, hinging forward over your left thigh, just folding forward. It doesn't matter how deep you go, you just go until you find edge. It's a place of moderation, right between too much, not enough. You might want to flex your left foot, dorsiflex, like you're pulling toes back towards your kneecap, pressing heel away, maybe. Or maybe you just want to melt into it, not grip, not clench. Right way, wrong way. How about just find the way that you feel something? Would be a lot of exploration of hips in this particular flow. And it's no big secret that we carry emotions and stuff like that in our hips. I don't know why, it's just we do. And inch for inch, they're the biggest piece of real estate on the body as far as joints go. So you may find a little agitation, a little boredom. Mind starts to realize, oh, I need to look at something I don't want to look at here. How about boredom? That ought to make her move. If that don't work, we'll try agitation. And so really the kind of the trick of it is to just be with it, experience it without reacting to it. We call that equanimity. Don't stuff, feel, experience without melting, without, losing it. It takes time and practice. It's not going to happen on the first time up at bat. But what better time to start practicing than, right now? Yeah, that's it. Now, just let an inhale bring you upright. You can walk your hands up, but just come on up. There's no hurries, no worries. Sitting upright, just take a little lean over to your left. Take a hold of your right ankle with your right hand and bring it around to your outer right hip. Your right knee bent, bent, bent. Take a moment to let your pelvis settle even, probably right side popping up a little. Just let it settle. And if you want, you could slide something under your left sit bone. That helps settle even things out a little bit. For a whole lot of us, staying upright here in this half saddle is plenty. But you could go palms back, lean back. You could go back to the forearms. Might be a few of you that decide to go to your back. But what a great opportunity to listen to the communication of sensation. Something hurts. It feels like wrong. Well, it's your partner asking you to back off a little bit. And that's your opportunity to, practice a little generosity towards your partner, a little humility, a little love, an opportunity not to force an agenda, but to just be gentle. In each pose, we make a little more shift away from doing into just being. It's pretty weird in this part of the planet. We find ourselves go, 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 do, schedules and objectives, deadlines, bank accounts, the stuff. We can take a little time and just set that stuff aside and just be, just slow down. And then we discover we can kind of get ahead by slowing down. Yeah. Well, if you chose to lay back, it's probably a good time to come back upright. No hurries, just take your time, come on up. And again, lean over to the left, but keep your right knee bent. Just linger here for a moment. Not quite a rebound, we're still kind of in it. You ever know a challenge in life come to the end and there's no lingering after effect? Now, bring your right leg back out front. Just straighten it out for 1 minute there. Whoa, did you feel that as you brought your leg out front? Again, bend your right knee and place your right ankle on your left knee. Bending your left knee will bring left ankle underneath right knee. And if your right knee is popped up in the air, that's okay. If this doesn't work for you, just cross your right shin in front of your left shin. Well, with shin stacked, this is called seated double pigeon. It's called fire log, or it's called sitting with my shin stacked. Putting spine erect, upright. And just reach up, find length, height. And follow an exhale, you come forward. Let hands sort of come first, a little safety break, right? You might get partway there, you just inhale, lengthen the breast a little bit, breathe out, walk hands a little more. You just dip into the flesh of mainly your right hip. Left hip's getting a little too. But don't rush in like a bull in a china shop, just kind of gentle. It's a pretty sensitive area. You know, once you're there, you could drop your head, put a block under your forehead. You could stack fists and make a pillow for your forehead with your fists. But now that you're deep in the hips, just be with it. Something comes up, nothing to be alarmed about. It's just an observance. So, hey, look what I'm seeing. Stare at it, label it, and then just let it be. You know, it's when we grip onto these things, analyze them, chew on them. Well, how the hell we let go of them if we're doing that? They can't just be released if we're gripping them. So just let it go. Yeah. You can apply the same technique to the sensation. Look, label, let it be. You can look, oh, sensation in my right hip, little sensation in my ankle. And then you label it. Well, what the heck do we call it? About 3 choices. Compression, that's like squishing a sponge. Tension is like stretching the sponge out long. Shearing would be kind of twisting the sponge. So once you see it, you just give it a name, and then you just let it be. Let it be raw. Don't cook it. Don't season it. Just let it do what it do. Yeah, now easy. Come on back upright. And we'll put our hands on the mat out in front again, releasing legs to tabletop position. So like on hands and knees, like a child gonna crawl. And from there, just walk both knees back, just a couple inches, just making a little room so you can do big hip circles. Hips go forward and backward, moving the pelvis side, big circles. You know, maybe 2-3 times one direction. And just do what feels, what you need to feel in your hips. Move as you feel is right. No need to look at me. I'm not doing it. I promise. Switch directions. Yeah. Great. Nice. Okay. And then just center right back to table. Tuck your toes under. And here we go again. Down dog pose. Pelvis goes up. Head and chest go down. Yeah. And just be gentle with it. Not vinyasa, yin. Now, how about your left leg? Just exhale, bring your left knee towards left wrist, left ankle towards right wrist. Lay your shin down, lower your right knee. You use the toes of your right foot to start walking your right knee back. We're looking for some thigh meat, lengthening thigh. Adjusting the position of your left foot will have impact of sensation on left knee And left piriformis, it's a muscle way under your left butt cheek. Good. You find what's right for you with those two aspects. Now that other little bit about upper outer right hip bone, press it towards the mat. Left sit bone, press it down and away, doing simultaneously. And just notice that. What does that feel like? What is that? And if you like, you come down the forearms, you can come down the chest. It's personal. You go as deep as you feel necessary. But did you know that if you're feeling something, that's the pose is doing what it's supposed to do? We start going into left hip after all that right hip. Might have been some of this stuff kind of ran across the pelvis and decided to hide out over there. Well, one thing we know for sure, one side is not the same as the other. It's never has been, it's never gonna be. As we notice this manifest, we can just smile and go, wow, I'm normal. How awesome. I'm not broken. Yoga don't want to change you, because yoga doesn't see you as broken. Yoga just wants to turn on the lights so you can see. And you know it's going to happen. The fidgets are going to present. But it's up to you if you actually fidget or not. I mean, you might. It's normal. But when you do, you go, look, I'm fidgeting. Can I just be still? I think I'll try. No force, no aggression, no judgment, just love. So how about just a gentle, slight roll to the left a little bit so you feel some compression on outer left thigh, outer left hip, and a little bit of inner right knee touching the mat now. It's a very, very simple shift. And sometimes it's the simple things that are very powerful. Now come on upright to seated. Keep your left knee bent and swing your right leg right around out front of you. You just bring the sole of your left foot connected to inner right thigh. Any little pelvic shift in order to get it balanced. And then reach up. That'll lengthen you. Follow an exhale. Torso moving forward over your right thigh. You just melt on into some Jnana Med, or sitting down and folding over my right thigh. Yeah. And again, another simple but very powerful pose. You're going into some hip action, some hamstring action. Think of all the simple things that have power. The sweet aroma of flower. Innocent smile of a child. Or a gentle kiss of your love. These simple things have the power to change your mind state, your perspective. Gentle, simple things change your whole world. And you've had some opportunity to look, label, and let be with the sensation, the obvious stuff, muscles, flesh, about the sensation of your breath. Can you feel it just kind of brush your upper lip as you exhale through your nose? And just slide by the inner part of your nostrils as you breathe in. The cooling of the inhale, the warming of the exhale. Very subtle things that we just don't often stop and look at. Simple things. So come on up, upright, torso, spine erect. And a little lean over to the right will allow you to bend your left knee the other way, bringing your left ankle to the outer left hip. Right leg is straight out front. So a saddle or hero seat, but half. Take a moment to let your left hip just settle. And if after a moment it's still popped up, you might want to slide something under your right seat. Once the settling is where it's going to be, it might be okay to lean back on palms, lean back on forearms. If you choose to go to your back, let's do that for reasons of looking for sensation, not looking for achievement, because there's really nowhere to go, nothing to achieve. I've never heard of Yoga Olympics. And remember, we got a deep knee bend, a little hip touch, some thigh touch. Stands to reason things might pop up. So fidget, agitation, boredom, just smile at it. All the guests that arrive, not all of them are nice, comfortable. Some of them are a little rude, but every single one of them presents an opportunity. Welcome them, smile at them. Those that chose to go to their back, it's probably a good time to come upright and join those who chose to stay seated upright. Yeah, far out, good. A little lean over to the right will give you some clearance to release your left leg around front, but bring it over slow. Notice that wash of sensation. You'll know it if you feel it. It's pretty groovy. Just extend it for a moment. And then you bend your left knee, put left ankle on top of right knee. You bend your right knee and slide your right ankle underneath your left knee. And the same deal on this side. If the left knee is popping up in the air, that's okay. If necessary, just cross left shin in front of right one. Same thing, just different intensity is all. Maybe a little pelvic wiggle, get sit bones even. You could even reach back and slide some stuff out of the way. That's an option. You reach up, lengthening. When an exhale brings your torso forward, hands come first to just provide a little safety. And you might be all the way in. You might be feeling what you're looking to feel. If you wish for more, you just inhale, pull breastbone forward, breathe out, walk hands forward, bring long spine forward. Till you feel that spot deep in your left hip. It gives you sensible notification of that's the place. And your partner says, please, no further, this is enough. You smile and say, of course. And you soften around, and then you just dwell, just be. And sometimes we don't notice ourselves fidgeting until we've been doing it for a few moments. We kind of get used to just responding to that message, fidget, wiggle, move, shift, change. And that's okay. Because then when you do notice it, you just go, oh, look, did again. I think I'll try again. Every time you try, you get a few moments in it. Well, you get a little stronger in it. Begin to break the old patterns and creating a little freedom for yourself. Yeah. Hey, how about come on back upright with no hurries. Yeah. Just lean back on your palms. Keep the spine long. Just set your feet out about the width of your mat. Knees are bent. And just some wide feet. Just let knees go side to side a little bit. Oh, wow. What is that? Isn't that nice? Yeah. That's right. Indulge in it. Well, you earned it. Yeah. Cool. Take a rotation to left or right, whichever way, to face the side of your mat. And then start opening your legs long and straight and wide to personal degree. Called in yin, it's called straddle. Yang traditions, it would be Upa Vishta Konasana. Or we just call it what it is, sitting there with legs wide. Yeah. Good. Believe it or not, this right here is plenty for a lot of people. You can hang out. If you feel that there's room for a little more, you could put your hands on the floor right in front of your groin. Inhale, lift your breastbone. And as you breathe out, you just sort of walk your hands forward. Well, if things compromise, if you have to bend knees or wiggle ankles or something, maybe they'll need to go any deeper. I really can't tell you, only you know. There may be a couple breaths. Your next inhale lengthens you, your next exhale folds you forward a little more. You know, what about those extremes? Something moderate for me might be extreme for him. Or something extreme for her might be moderate for them over there. It's personal. The only way you know is listen, look, observe. Yeah, that's right. Remember your exhales, they'll soften you. Things get a little rowdy, just smile and exhale. Know that rowdiness just means your practice is working. You're breaking the greatest addiction of your life, the place where your mind insists on dwelling repetitively, 80,000 times a day. And as you break that addiction, there's bound to be some discomfort of withdrawal. Smile, breathe, observe. Just know every little bit making you stronger. And it's only just for a few more moments. Can I be still? What happens if I hang out in yoga pose longer than I want to? What's around the corner? I think I'll look. I don't know. Let's find out. Come on back up. Keep legs wide. Just come sitting upright. Lengthen your spine tall. Just dwell for a few more moments, lingering. Yeah. Now just use a little arm strength to bring your legs slowly back together. rotating towards front of mat. There's really no hurries with this one. Yeah, take your time. Notice that rebound, that washing, the intelligence of the body, the prana flowing into the area that is stretched. Good. Good. Come on down to your back. Yeah. With your knees bent, hopefully you got a block within reach. Bend your knees, feet flat on the mat, bringing heels up pretty close to sit bones or personal, as close as you can. And just press into your feet. Use a little bit of glute and quad to lift your pelvis enough to slide a block under there, right under your sacrum. You got 3 options for height. Pick the appropriate one. And once you got that, just let your sacrum rest on the block. Good. Let your knees fall away from each other, heels staying in close. Whoa, all right. Open your arms out wide like wings. Let your chest spread open. And now keeping the back of your hands in contact with Mother Earth, bend your elbows 90 degrees. Just for the next few minutes, just be still in this pose of vulnerability, of surrender, letting go. Yeah. And if you notice that your knees start bouncing all by themselves, there's another opportunity to smile. Your practice is working. We'll come out kind of like we came in. Just straighten your elbows. Bring arms down to your sides and use your hands to bring your legs back together, your feet flat to the mat, stable width apart from each other. And you don't need to lift a whole lot, but press into feet to make enough clearance to remove your block. Yeah. And it might be nice right now to hug your knees. I don't know. I feel like that would feel nice. Maybe it will. And just for a moment. And then, not really abruptly or in any kind of hurry, come up to seated pose, seated position of your choice. You got all those options. Some folks can just sit on their shins for a really long time. You might be one of those people. That might be the place you want to sit. I'm just trying to think of different options for you. Yeah. cultivated some stillness, so keep it with you for a little longer. How about bring your spine erect? Just enough tucking of your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. Yeah. Nice long channel of spine. Place the backs of our hands on our thighs. And, we will go with Jnana Mudra, seems appropriate since it's Jnana Yoga. Tip of thumb, tip of index finger, connect. Other fingers just kind of fall open. And let your eyes close. Just heavy eyelids, just softly closing. Just notice breath moving as it do. Again, Jnana Yoga is yoga of wisdom. And wisdom comes from experience. We can cultivate the wisdom by fully experiencing through awareness and observation. This will be meditation of observation. And to kind of make it a little fun, we'll turn it into a game. This game is just real simple. How long can I keep my attention where I choose to place it? And don't worry, there's no gold medals or anything, no prizes. So you don't have to compete. You just notice. Start to feel breath moving through your nostrils. Notice the deep inner rings of your nostrils. What does it feel like? The inhale, the exhale. Sitting, spine erect, breath moving, you just keep your concentration right there on the inner rings of your nostrils, feeling air moving. And if mind wanders, you just come right back to nostrils. And you know, it might be like with me, you got to come back to nostrils about every 2 seconds. And that's okay. That's so natural. Not broken, nothing wrong. We just noticed that lost concentration. I think I'll try again. For just 6 minutes. And practicing quiet concentration. Nostrils, breath. We know that practice gets us a little more adept at something. Progress. We strengthen our ability to hold our attention where we choose to place it. And as this strengthens, we begin to break, to eradicate, to starve and eliminate old thought patterns. And it's slow, step by step. So we get to strengthen our patience while we're at it too. Bonus. And as we eradicate old thought patterns, we're releasing bonds, we're finding freedom. Some of those chains we think wrapped around us, we actually hold on to. Find it very, very interesting that we can just let go of it and be free. Yeah. It's probably one of the more difficult and yet one of the more important meditations. And it's here we find why many people wish to meditate. Few will. It's difficult. But the reward is directly proportional to the challenge. So again, it slips away. Oh, look, there it goes. I'll try again. Just like in physical yin pose, mind starts presenting fidget, agitation, boredom. And those are some of the nicer things it will present. But you have the permission and the power to just stare at that without reacting to it. You can smile and say, oh, wow, my practice is working. That is far out. But now hear me, but listen to you. You are at 6 minutes, but there's no rule saying you have to stop. You can stay right here with this practice you're in right now as long as you like. No rules. I will leave you with your breath. And I will offer to each of you my gratitude and my love. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.